The Middle East is no exception when it comes to dangerous animals that have the potential of killing you. Join us today as we take a look at 8 of the deadliest animals in the Middle East. Today's video was requested by Jack Ninja 5. If you have any other topics you'd like to learn about, subscribe and let us know in the comments section below. Number 8. Israeli Mole Viper. This venomous snake is native to the Middle East and may be found in Jordan, Sinai, Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Lebanon. Atractaspis engadensis, commonly known as the Israeli mole viper, has an average length of around 3 feet, and its body is usually dark black in color with a short and pointy tail. It has a small head with round pupils. Israeli mole viper venom is rather unique and has a very high lethal potency. It contains 3 types of sarafatoxins, the structure and activity of which is new among snake venom. They display strong cardiotoxic activity, which means that they attack the heart. Within minutes, victims may experience edema and numbness. The systemic effects that follow include sweating, vomiting, general weakness, bleeding, high blood pressure, liver damage, and disorders of cardiac activity with potentially deadly consequences. Researchers suspect that the cardiac disorders are caused by a direct effect that Israeli mole viper venom has on the heart. Number 7. Brown recluse spider. Brown recluse spiders are usually between 0.25 and 0.8 inches in size. Despite not being larger than a US penny, these creepy crawlers have necrotic venom and their bites may lead to serious medical complications. The black line that the brown recluse has on its body makes its dorsal side resemble the neck of a violin, hence the nicknames fiddleback spider, brown fiddler, or violin spider. Unlike most spiders, the brown recluse only has 6 eyes, which are arranged in pairs. Brown recluse spiders build asymmetrical webs and may be found in garages, cellars, closets, sheds, or other places that are dry and mostly undisturbed. In nature, they inhabit rotten tree bark, and this is why it's believed they favor cardboard when they dwell in human residences. The brown recluse owns potentially deadly hemotoxic venom. In very rare cases, brown recluse bites may cause hemolysis, which is described as the bursting of red blood cells. Bites can form necrotizing ulcers, which are the results of soft tissue destruction. These may take months to heal and can leave deep scars. Common systemic reactions include muscle and joint pain, vomiting, fever, nausea, and rashes. In rare cases, bites may result in organ damage or even death. Most brown recluse spider fatalities are children under the age of 7 or those with weak immune systems. It's worth mentioning, however, that the spider will typically bite only when it's pressed against the skin, as their fangs are too small to penetrate fabric. Some of the reported bites took place after people had put on clothes that they hadn't worn recently or that they'd left on the floor for many days. Other biting instances were reported after the spider had gotten tangled within towels, bedding, or inside work gloves. Number 6. Deathstalker scorpion. Also known as the Israeli or Palestinian yellow scorpion, the deathstalker is one of the most venomous scorpions in the world. Its sting is extremely painful, and its venom is a powerful mixture of neurotoxins. Even though its sting most likely wouldn't kill a healthy adult human being, children a potentially deadly reaction to the venom. When the deathstalker's sting does prove to be deadly, the victim usually dies from pulmonary edema. A study from Israel has revealed that after envenomation, there is a higher risk of developing pancreatitis. The deathstalker is yellow and measures from 1.2 to 3 inches in length. It may be found in desert and scrubland habitats ranging from North Africa to the Middle East. Number 5. Black desert cobra. Walterinessa aegyptia, also known as the black desert cobra, is a venomous snake with shiny scales that is completely black in color. A native of the Middle East, this animal can grow up to 6 feet in length, and it has a medium cylindrical body with a short tail. Their broad, flattened heads are relatively small and slightly distinct from the neck. Unlike other cobras, this serpent rarely rears up or produces a hood before attacking. This means that it is sometimes harder to determine when the black desert cobra will strike. Its venom is not delivered instantly with the bite, but several seconds later with a chewing motion. Don't let the black desert cobra's glossy appearance trick you, as it's a highly venomous snake. Their venom is primarily neurotoxic and it attacks the central nervous system. If you don't want to encounter one of these animals, you should avoid desert, semi-desert, and rocky terrain regions of countries like Egypt, Lebanon, Israel, Kuwait, Syria, or Saudi Arabia. They may also be found in irrigated agricultural settlements near human habitation. Number 4. Fat-tailed scorpion. Members of the Androctus genus, also known as fat-tailed scorpions, are among the most dangerous scorpions in the world. These creatures are responsible for several human deaths each year. The name of the genus is derived from ancient Greek and roughly translate as man-killer. They may be found throughout the Middle East, arid and semi-arid regions in countries like Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Turkey, Afghanistan, and others. They are moderate-sized scorpions that earn their common name from their distinctively thick tails. The venom is particularly potent and contains powerful, quick-acting neurotoxins that attack the central nervous system, leading to paralysis and respiratory failure. Number 3. Puff adder. The puff adder, the viper responsible for the most length. They have very stout bodies with almost triangular shaped heads and blunt, rounded snouts. Even though they are typically smaller than their African counterparts, that doesn't mean puff adders from this region are any less dangerous. They produce potent venom in large amounts and inject through large fangs capable of penetrating soft leather. Their scientific name is Bitis arritans, and it is derived from Latin, where arito means to strike violently. This is connected to the snake's preferred method of attack. When threatened, it will hiss loudly before coiling the front part of its body into an S position. The puff adder rarely grips its victim, instead preferring to strike quickly and return to a defensive position from which it will prepare to strike again. Its venom has cytotoxic effects, meaning that it attacks the cells. People that have been bitten by puff adders may experience severe pain, edema, nausea, vomiting, or dizziness. If not treated in time, the necrosis around the bitten area can extend and turn into gangrene, which may lead to the loss of the affected limb or digit. By some reports, severe envenomation have a 52% mortality rate. Number 2. Saw-scaled viper. Echis is a genus of vipers that includes species responsible for most of the snake bite cases and deaths around the world, commonly referred to as carpet vipers or saw-scaled vipers. These snakes produce a distinctive sizzling sound by rubbing parts of their bodies together in a process called stridulation. The sound is meant to be a warning for any potential attackers. Saw-scaled viper venom contains hemotoxins that destroy red blood cells, causing tissue or organ damage, and cytotoxins. Victims are usually bitten after dark when the snake becomes active. After the bite, bleeding can occur anywhere in the body, even affecting intracranial regions. The reason why the saw-scaled vipers are the deadliest snakes in the world when it comes to the number of casualties is that they often live in populated areas that lack access to modern medical facilities. Number 1. False-horned viper. These venomous snakes may be found in various Middle Eastern countries such as Jordan, Egypt, Israel, Iran, or northern Saudi Arabia. Their scientific name is Pseudocerastes, but they are commonly referred to as false-horned vipers. One aspect of their naming came from the numerous scales above their eyes, which create horn-like structures. The false or pseudo parts of their name are meant to contrast Cerastes or the true horned viper, which also has horns above its eyes, each of them made up of a single long scale. Like most viper species, false strong hemorrhagic activity. One of the subspecies of Pseudocerastes, known as Field's horned viper, has venom that contains neurotoxins. What makes these vipers particularly scary is that there isn't any anti-venom available to treat the neurotoxic effects of their bite. A person that has been bitten may display a variety of symptoms that include severe pain, swelling, vomiting, bleeding gums, or necrosis of the tissue around the bite. Death may occur from respiratory or cardiac failure and septicemia. One false horn viper subspecies boasts a unique and terrifying feature that makes it look like a cross between a snake and a spider. The spider-tailed horn viper has a bulb-like formation at the end of its tail that is bordered by long scales which resemble the appendages of a spider or of another arachnid. Scientists have found that the spider-tailed horn viper uses this unique feature as a lure for attracting birds into striking range.
Hey guys, it's Angelo, producer of this channel. I wanted to let you all know I've set up a Patreon account where I'll be offering very exciting and very exclusive bonus footage available only to people on Patreon. There, your voice will be heard regarding things you want to see and which direction I take my channel. Click on the end screen here to find out more, or on the link in the description below. Thanks guys, and I hope to see you on Patreon soon.